It's great to have you here. I was looking at your works, and you have done a lot of things for a while, but I'm curious on your background. Before you mentioned you studied in Istanbul. Can you tell us a bit about your background, your studies,
Yeah.
professional life, if you want?
So I studied bachelor's architecture, and I've been mostly in that area actually. When I was a student, I was attending the exhibitions, applying for some kind of design competitions, which I attended the Venice Architecture Biennale back then. And there was a travel grant which allowed me to travel Europe with backpacking. And
Mm.
yeah, it was mostly architecture, but while studying architecture, I was always curious about like the meaning of it. Like how it is about like organizing the things. It is not about designing one single building, but it it has lots of points that you should be careful about, and you should be designing all of the points that have to make them stand together in a beautiful way. And so as an artist, actually, my professional career is not that long. It all started in 2019 and 2020, actually, with my first project, CryptoCubes. I was really interested in the blockchain technology, actually. So before I knew about NFTs, I was just reading sometimes about blockchain, looking at the things. But when I learned about the NFTs, actually, it was 1 year before I started to work on it. I thought it is a quite amazing tool to use. So I immediately started to create my project, my first one, CryptoCubes, and everything started with like NFTs, actually, using non-fungible tokens.
And what year was this? Can you repeat that?
So
2020 or 2021?
It was, I learned about NFTs in 2018. I started to create CryptoCubes in 2019, and I released it in 2020.
Okay, yeah, that was quite early in terms of the digital art space wasn't that mature, right? Those days, so you
Yeah.
could say you were quite early to the movement, right? How did you find NFTs or blockchain?
I was trying to sell some digital assets, like in Etsy, in some places, like simple backgrounds, simple illustration works, and I found out it was really hard to sell. They're taking commissions. You need to do like connect your bank account, everything, and it was quite weird to me to like not being able to sell something that I designed. I spent lots of time just to figure it out. So when I was looking for it, like Googling, reading, and I found about the NFTs, and I thought, okay, and this is it.
Yeah, it's kind of the perfect fit. And were you trying to sell art, or you said assets more
Yeah,
like?
my illustrations and mostly art and some other digital assets that I was designing and doing.
And how did that go early on? Were you able to sell quickly or not so much?
You mean like not the NFTs, but like the Etsy parts?
No, I mean like when you started. So did you release anything early on, like experimenting, or was CryptoCubes like the
It
first
was
release?
CryptoCubes.
Okay,
It
so it
was
went quite
CryptoCubes.
well. So it
So
went quite
yeah,
well.
yeah,
Right. Right. So can you tell us a bit about CryptoCubes? Because
yeah.
it's a quite popular project that has been around for a couple of years, and it's an amazing lineup of collaborators, right? So can you tell us a bit about that project?
CryptoCubes started in my graduation project. In my graduation project, I was interested to create a generative spaces based on cubes. So initial script was created in my last year of the university. And as I told you, when I started to create that CryptoCubes collection, I just wanted to make it like a fixed number, everything. And basically the idea was creating a 3D collection because there was metaverse. Everyone was talking about like the virtual lens, and what I experienced back then, every non-fungible token was a 2D representations. So I thought if I can create an algorithmic way of creating those objects, it's based on simple geometry, which is cube, and I started to do it.
Hmm.
And the quantity of the CryptoCubes is 256, so it is basically a generative collection,
Hmm.
a 3D collection which I created in October 2020.
What technology did you use for that?
So CryptoCubes has a unique story on that because it was 2-3 months before Art Blocks,
Mm.
and but in Art Blocks Eric was working on for like at least, I don't know, maybe 3 years, and the technicality of Art Blocks is much more sophisticated. Since it was just my beginning of my journey, what I did was creating those generative artworks in Python,
Hmm.
and then after that rendered each of them individually and created my own NFT collection. So technically it wasn't generative with the
Mm.
blockchain. It was
Okay. Okay.
pre-generated and
Hmm.
personally curated 256 quantity. But with time, like every year, I improved my profession. I started to learn, and like just last year, I made CryptoCubes on chain. I
Okay.
added all of the data of the CryptoCubes to a storage contract.
Okay.
Um, yeah, it is still continuing actually. So I'm going to explain my next kind of project I'm working on. So CryptoCubes is like I think it is still not finished project where I'm collaborating with other artists, which is the
Hmm.
CryptoCubes creators. I'm going to
Yeah.
explain it as well. So yeah, CryptoCubes was just first like a non-fungible token collection based on 3D virtual lens, and every year it improved and it's still improving.